4:30, 4:30. Yeah. Chalo, no worries, कोई बात नहीं. No worries, कोई बात नहीं. I can understand like going like offline class, like if you say that offline class will take a little bit time.
It will, that's why.
Just a second. Sure, that's great. Lian, please turn on the video.
Sir, could you just tell if it's working or not? Just
Acha, check. Yeah, yeah, sure. Not working. It's showing black.
just wait, sir. Sorry, I'm just fixing it. That's why.
Acha, check. No worries.
Sir, is it visible or?
Is it it's visible?
Okay.
Sure, that's great. So now, Lian, so let's discuss the first chapter first, the introduction to the internet, and after that we'll discuss the HTML portion, right? So first of all, we have the
Yes.
internet. So Lian, like we know that internet is basically a kind of network on which everything is uploaded and there, and we transmit the data over the internet, right? That's what we've right. So
Yes, sir.
basically, multiple network mobile, like you can say, the computers are connected to each other to form a network called internet. Okay? And
Okay, sir.
to basically on the internet, everyone has a unique address just like we do, because everybody is having a unique address. Like nobody is living at the same address, even though there are some flats. The building might be same, but the floors are different, right? You can say that
Yes, sir.
like there is some house number or apartment number of that building, but the floors would be different. You will be mentioning that first floor, second floor, third floor, fourth floor, like that. Even it's 10-story building, so that's
Yes,
right.
sir.
Okay, so that's what the internet works. Okay, that's how. So we can use the internet for the multiple you can say services like okay, services like e-banking, e-shopping, blogging, chatting, like there are numerous cases of the internet to use, right? So now let's talk about the history of internet, Lian. History of
Yes, sir.
internet is basically this is this internet was laid down by the Department of Defense, USA, and this network was named as ARPANET. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Yes. Okay. Next is internet came to the existence in proper way in 1990s. First, it was the only the you can say the basics or the foundations were laid down in 1969. But after 31 years, the internet came into existence in a proper way. Like proper, like
Yes, sir.
all the things would be
Globally.
properly. Yeah, normally. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
So basically, internet was the result of some visionary thinking people who was basically scientists that saw like who saw the great potential as a way of sharing the information, as a way of learning, like so that we can interact. Everyone can interact over the internet with the different computers, right? So right now, Lian, I'm interacting
Yes.
with you with the help of my laptop and your laptop or whatever it is, PC might be. Okay? So
Yeah.
we are sharing the information over the internet. That's how you can see this is the great way to share the information. I'm teaching you right now, even I'm basically thousands of miles away from you. But still I'm teaching you
Yeah.
and you are learning from it and you are going to write the exam for tomorrow. See this thing, this is a
Yeah.
great achievement in the field of technology, right? Right.
Yes.
So now if we talk about some key points of the internet history. So first, basically internet matured in the 70s as a result of TCP architecture. If it's not studied TCP, we'll study that in the second chapter that we are doing right now, networking in detail. But you know that internet works on TCP/IP architecture. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Yeah. Next one is, so Bitnet connected the IBM mainframe and around, basically if we talk about the internet was used by the IBM in the educational community in 1981 and the name was Bitnet. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Okay. Next is in 1986, the National Science Foundation, if you talk about the proper name, that is NSF Net, National Science Foundation Net as a cross country. So that's how, like in the 1986, there was a kind of exhibition, you can say a kind of foundation that laid basically connected over the countries like India and USA. They connected. Suppose let's take an example. They got connected over the internet with a speed of 56 kb per second. Chikilian,
Yes, sir.
got it?
Yes, sir.
That's great. So and telnet, and basically for the commands of the email, telnet was standardized and became a lot easier to non-technical people to learn use the internet. So in the 1986, basically internet has become more easy to use because like non-technical, like suppose that there are non-technical people, lawyers, you can say that artists. Okay, so obviously they do not know the working behind the internet, but yeah, they can use it still to work in their own field. Yes or no, Lian?
Yes, sir.
That's great. Okay. So this was the history of internet. Okay. So just remember this thing. And Department of Defense of USA laid down the foundation and the name was ARPANET. Okay.
Yes, sir.
That's great. Okay. Now let's discuss the next thing, that is our working of the internet. So how does the internet work? Let's talk it about then. Protocols. Okay. So first thing that somebody will ask from you in the exam, that what do you mean by protocol? So suppose that, Lian, if I have to do some work, right, I have to basically write down, yeah, I have to follow some, you can say that, so follow some rule. If I'm in a, suppose in an office, I'm working at an office. So there would be some rule to work right there. Like I know that I will be given freedom, but there would be some certain rules that I have to follow, even though I have the freedom, right? Basically
Yes,
professional
sir.
behavior towards the colleagues and basically respect towards each other, right? So that's kind of thing in the school as well. If you are there in the school, you have
Yes.
to follow the rules, like you have to wear the uniform, you have to do the homework, you have to be professional and respectful towards the teacher. So these are the protocols that you have to follow throughout the school time, right? So similarly,
Yeah, okay.
internet also follows the same kind of rules to transfer the information. Because Lian, if there is no rule, if there are no rules, that means anyone can basically make the disadvantage, basically make the use of internet as a disadvantage. Okay? So that's why internet was standardized with the help of some protocols. That is called some set of rules that govern the communication. That means that oversees the communication between the computers. Like suppose that, Lian, I'm teaching you, you are listening to me. Okay. So right now this session is being recorded and will be uploaded. So that means you can this kind of recording is basically kind of protocol, you can say, because this is a part of our teaching, so that if some teacher try to misbehave with a student, we can have the management can have the recording, the proper evidence of it. Did you get my words, what I'm trying to say? Obviously that's not the thing,
Yes,
but
sir.
I'm telling you that how does it work basically,
I
right?
know.
So obviously,
Yeah.
did you get my words now?
Yes,
Okay,
yes, sir.
that's great. So protocols specify that how does the computer interact with each other. Okay. So protocol tells about that how do they interact with each other. Did you get my words?
Yes, sir.
That's great, Lian. Okay, so network protocol is basically defines the conviction, just a second, of communication between networking devices. So network protocol is basically responsible for the communication between the two computers. So one computer is at India, one computer is in England. So both are interacting with each
Yes.
other. That means there is some, so there is a network protocol which is basically overseeing the communication, that something illegal is not being transferred on it. Obviously, suppose that if somebody is doing something illegal, how does the government know this thing? Because government oversee that thing. Okay, it's basically
Yeah.
some sort of privacy would be there, but obviously illegal work can be
There
shown
will be.
anywhere
Yeah.
easily, right? So that's how the
Yes,
network
sir.
protocol works. And the example of network protocol is basically FTP, that is file transfer protocol, and TCP. Okay. Please note,
Okay, sir.
please mark it in your notes that FTP and TCP, these are very important.
Okay, sir.
That's great, Lian. Okay. So now let's talk about the networking device, Lian. Okay. One more thing. I just for basically I got the information that like you have complete like submitted your test. So I was about to check the sheet, but I got the information that you will not be joining today, like in the evening. So that's why I didn't check it. I'm really
Yeah.
sorry for that. I'll check it and we'll discuss in the
That's
next
fine,
class,
sir.
Lian. Okay. Because
Okay.
I just got the message between the class, so till from then I was taking continuous classes. So that's why
Yeah,
I was
yeah.
not able to check it. Okay, we'll discuss
So
it in the next class.
that's
I'm
fine,
really
sir.
sorry for that. Okay, that's great. So now
That's
let's
fine,
talk
sir.
about the modem. Okay, there are some networking devices that basically helps to communicate with the different things. Let's talk it about modem. So basically, modem is a device that converts the analog signal to data signal. Analog means, Lian, the telephonic signal is called analog signal, right? But computer understands zero
Yes.
and one only. Computer works on zero and one. That means these are data signals. So that's why the analog signal will be converted by the data signals with the help of modem. Okay? Because computer
Okay, sir.
stores the information digitally. If I'm basically see this thing, Lian, this is not actual thing. This is just digital. Everything written is digital because it's not in physical format, right? Okay.
Yes.
So that's why information transmitted to be digital. So that's why we have to convert the analog to uh, data signals, okay, or binary signals, you can say. Got it?
Yes, sir.
So that's it. Now let's talk about the modem. So basically, modem basically works on two things: modulation and demodulation. Modulation means the data signal of analog is converted. Sorry, a digital signal is converted into analog. And in demodulation, analog is converted to digital. Got it, Lian? Please mark it. These are very important things. Okay.
Okay, sir. Yes.
Yeah.
Sir,
Okay.
wait.
Yes, Lian. Yeah.
Sorry. Can you explain the digital signal again?
Okay. So
It
basically,
converts
Lian,
into.
yeah. So modulation means when the digital signal is converted into analog signal. Okay.
Okay.
And demodulation is when your analog telephonic signal is converted into digital data, like the that computer understand. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Next is Lian, that is router. So router is basically your Wi-Fi router. You must have known that Wi-Fi router. You have Wi-Fi at home.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes, you have
Yes,
seen a
sir.
box right there. So Wi-Fi basically connects multiple network together. Okay, suppose that, Lian, I have mobile, I have laptop, I have tablet, I have TV. So multiple networks are being connected to a single point. That is your router, like that. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Next is repeater. So repeater is a network that basically retransmit the internet over when the signal is received. So repeater means, suppose that Lian, your home is not in a place where the network is very strong. So what you have done basically, you have set up a your repeater at the home, right? And the signal that is
Yes.
coming is retransmit with a booster at your home, so that you can get a more, you can say that a strong signal to get the call, to do the call, to work on the internet like that. So basically repeater is a kind of booster to boost the network. Okay,
Okay, sir.
any doubt?
No, sir.
So a repeater basically helps to retransmit the data with a stronger retransmit the signals with a like you can say distant area. Suppose that Lian, obviously it's not possible to set up that multiple towers for a single place. So what does the company do? Basically, they set up the repeater that is much more cost friendly.
Okay. Yes, sir.
Sure, that's great. In doubt?
No, sir.
Sure, that's great. Any doubt? Sure.
Yes, sir. Yes.
Sure, that's great. Now let's talk about the gateway. So gateway basically connects two different, you can say that two different network. Suppose that Lian, one network is at somewhere else, and like two different networks, you can say that network is working at basically another router or another thing, and one network is
Yeah.
at another place. So if you
Yeah.
basically try to communicate with them, you have to use a gateway. Okay, so it's a network point that acts as an entrance from one network to the another network. It acts as an entrance from one network to the another. Did you get my words,
So
Lian?
like a security
Not a
or
security, like a kind of gate, you can say.
no, so like what do you mean like a gate exactly? Like
Gate means door, door.
no, like a network, right?
Yeah.
So wait, sir, I'm kind of confused in this one.
Didn't get it. Could you please repeat, Lian?
So like as in the process, right?
Huh?
Uh, you told that it acts as an entrance from one network to another. Does
Uh-huh.
it mean like passing through?
Passing through one network to another.
Okay, okay, okay. So nothing else.
Yeah, please mark it as important.
Okay, so done.
That's it. Okay, now let's talk about that. Who manages the internet? Okay, so internet is managed by the like some sort of organization. First one is your worldwide web. Okay, so that is
Yes, sir.
WWC or W3C, you can say. So first one is your this thing. So the Worldwide Consortium is the main international standard that manages the internet. Okay, so it is founded
Yes,
by
sir.
Tim Berners-Lee at MIT USA. It's basically the top college, top university in the world, MIT. Okay, so this was managed or basically founded by the Tim Berners-Lee. Chikilian, got it?
Yes, sir.
That's great. Now let's talk about the Internet Engineering Task Force. So this is a kind of task force that oversees the basically the behavior on the internet, because it's need to be safe so that it can work better. That's why this basically organization oversees that thing, and from the engineering point of view, maintenance kind of something, you can say. Okay, it helps to
Okay, sir.
it helps to standardize the working of internet as well. Okay, next is Lian,
Yes, sir.
Internet Corporation for Assigned Names and Numbers. So I can basically assign the unique addresses and name to the websites and to the networks. Okay.
Okay.
Next is your applications of internet, Lian. So first was is your email. So email is a way to communicate over the fraction of second. We can communicate to anyone else. If I'm basically sending a message to you, the email would come in a seconds, right? So we can have like more
Yes.
like faster option than email, like WhatsApp, instant messenger, like kind of things, right? Next thing is, Lian, that is social networking. Social networking means we communicate over the internet. We post the pictures, we post the videos on the internet, like through the
Yes,
Snapchat,
sir.
YouTube, WhatsApp. Multiple ways are there. Entertainment, we use internet for the entertainment. Movies,
Yeah.
like documentaries, gaming, all the things are there. And the next one is information. So information can be received from the internet as well. Okay, got it, Lian? So anyone
Yes,
can
sir.
basically study on the internet. Okay, so there are
Okay,
multiple
sir.
things there to do on the internet. Now let's talk about that. How do we access the internet? So first of all, Lian, we have two or three types of connection that we can use to access the internet. First of all is your dial-up connection. So dial-up connection is used when you basically in the initial period of the internet, basically with the help of telephones, landline kind of thing. Okay. So a dial-up connection is
Sir.
used when your computer is connected to internet via a public switch telephone network, PSTN. Okay. So basically we used public switch telephone network to connect to the internet. Got it, Lian?
Yes, sir.
That's great. And if you talk about the features of dial-up connection, it is very easy because to connect because telephonic lines are already there at the home. Second one is speed is up to 56 kb per second. Lian, these are some important numbers you have to remember because in the exam you
Okay.
have to write down this thing properly. And in okay, next thing is basically internet is not always connected with the help of dial-up connection because it's a temporary connection. That's why it got disconnected like after some time. It's not regular that much. Right now, Lian, suppose that I'm connected to the internet continuously. That's why I'm taking the class without any interruption. Otherwise, I would have disconnected. I would have left the class so that there would be multiple consequences, right?
Yeah, yeah.
But in the okay, but right now I'm taking the class continuously without any problem. That means it's the uninterrupted network, and that was not the feature of dial-up connection. That was a kind of disadvantage, you can say. So internet was not that. Internet was temporary connection. Okay, in the dial-up connection,
Okay.
and after that, good availability. Like since it does not require any extra infrastructure, obviously everybody has the like landline in the initial days. So
Yeah.
they would have basically you can say that use the same mobile like telephonic network to get the internet. But
Okay.
obviously it was very slow, 56 kb per second. So like nowadays 56 kb per second is not enough to send a single WhatsApp message itself. Okay.
Yeah.
So at that time it was the highest speed, so that's why it was not suitable for online gaming and video chat. And obviously when the dial-up connection was there, there was no online video gaming or video chat.
Yeah.
Okay. That's great. So video chat came into the scenario after a 2G network or maybe 3G network, if I would say. 3G network. Okay, now let's talk about the broadband connection. So broadband connection is much more faster than the dial-up connection. Broadband means, Lian, broad means wider, band means bandwidth. That means the
Yeah.
range of this state of this network. So broadband means these are the two things that is much more wider than the dial-up connection, and it is often used to refer high bandwidth. Okay, so
Yes, sir.
broadband is much more faster than the dial-up connection and having a very good internet connection, and the speed was up to 512 kb per second or more.
More.
Okay,
So,
so
just one
huh,
question, sir. Is
huh.
it unlimited? Does that mean unlimited or?
No, no, 520 kb per second or more means it was higher, like around, like it can be
Okay.
a
Okay.
specific number depending on the, you can say availability, depending on the plan that you have taken, like that.
Okay.
Yeah, the basic speed was 512 kb. Okay, so broadband was much more faster. Okay, now let's talk about the features of the broadband. So it basically helps to transfer the large data volumes with a faster speed. After that, internet facility was faster, and we can basically load the web pages faster than the traditional dial-up connection. And this was basically a kind of permanent connection to the internet, not like the temporary. So that means you are connected to the internet for the whole time as long as you want. Okay,
Yes, sir.
any doubt, Lian?
No, sir.
Now the last portion is your wireless connection. So wireless connection means just like the Wi-Fi. Right now we have Wi-Fi that is operated on the radio signals. We have tower and optical fibers that is used to transmit the data so that we can access the internet. Okay, this works on the radio frequency, and that's why it is much more faster and much more convenient and much more easy to access. Okay, so
Okay,
wireless
sir.
networking is a network, basically a transfer method between the computer and the other networking device using the radio frequency called Wi-Fi signals. Okay? And it is
Yes,
much
sir.
more faster and basically you can say that much more capable to do the gaming, to do the video chat, to chatting on the internet. Everything can be done with the help of wireless connection. We all know that. Right now, I'm taking class from the Wi-Fi. So you can see
Yeah.
this thing, we kind of video conferencing with each other. Okay?
Yes, sir.
Next is Lian, features of the wireless connection. It is much more faster. There is no requirement for the wire. That means it would be like you see this thing, Lian. My laptop is connected to the router and there is no wire connection. It's just signal only
Yeah.
with the help of signal. That is much more easier. I can just sit down anywhere else to use my laptop. But if I
Yeah.
do have wire, I will not be able to sit down anywhere because I'm restricted. Okay. And
Yeah.
no, you can say that you don't have to basically worry about the disconnection, right? You are connected to the internet without any problem, and you can
Okay.
basically use the internet as much as you want, and basically wherever you are traveling. Okay, you just need a data card. Right now, basically initially that was called dongle type something. Okay, dongle. Okay, but it's now nobody uses dongle. Basically, everybody uses kind of hotspot, something like that. So
Yeah.
these are the overall features of the wireless connection. Please do let me know, Lian, is this clear to you or not?
Yes, sir. It is.
Any doubt so far?
No, sir. No.
That's great. Now let's talk about the internet terminologies, Lian. These are very important. Internet terminologies. First of all, www, World Wide Web. So what it is, basically it is the collection of the website that is available on the internet. Okay. And that provides the information in the form of text, animation, videos, and everything. Clear, Lian?
Yeah. Yes, sir.
That's great. Okay. And next is basically, it's a kind of library, you can say that, Lian. If you are going to library, there would be multiple books like that. Okay.
Yeah.
That's why, clear, Lian?
Yes, sir.
That's right. Next is web. So web is basically a system of interlinked hypertext document that we can access the internet. Suppose that I'm on the web. That means if I click on any of the link, it will lead to the website. Yes or no, Lian? That means they are
Yes, sir.
interconnected to each other. Next is web servers. So web server kind of, you can say, storage devices that we use to store the internet on the that we use to store the data on the internet. Okay, Lian?
Okay, sir.
That's great. So web server can be hardware, like it could be hard disk SSD, and it could be software, just like the Google Drive. That is a software cloud thing.
Yeah.
That's not a physical thing, but still we can store the information on it and we can access whenever we want. That's why
Sir,
it is.
sorry.
Uh,
Sorry, but what is a hardware and a software, like the
Hardware
comparison?
means, Lian, hardware means hard drive. Hard drive is basically a physical thing that you can touch it. SSD is also a
Yeah.
kind of physical thing that you can touch it. That's what hardware is. That means that
Oh,
is touch, we can touch it.
yeah.
Okay,
Okay.
software
Okay.
that we can use the Google Cloud Service.
Yes, sir.
Google Cloud Service is a software. Google Drive.
Yes, sir.
Okay,
Yes, sir. Okay.
any doubt?
No, sir.
Chalo, that's good. Okay. Okay. So we can store the information with on the web servers as well. That is not physically available, but still as a software. Yeah. So next is just a second. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, next thing is basically website. So website is basically kind of multiple web pages that gives the information in terms of your animation, web text, videos, images like that. Yes or no, Lian?
Yes, sir.
That's great. Okay. Next is your homepage. So homepage is the landing page where when you click when you click on link, the first page that you see on the on that website is called homepage. Okay.
Okay, sir.
And web pages means the website have multiple pages, and each page is known as web page. Okay, that stored the information in the electronic form or the digital form. The last one is Lian, hypertext transfer protocol. This is one of the most important thing, and this would directly come into the exam as like define HTTP. How does it work, or define the working of it like that? It could be the type of
Yeah.
question. So it's basically a network protocol that helps to transfer the data over the internet so that our data is secure and nobody can read it when it is being transferred. Okay? So
Yes, sir.
HTTP can basically handle all the type of data. Like it could handle text file, audio, video, animation, everything. Okay? And
Okay, sir.
whatever we are sending, it's completely secure. That means it is encrypted. Nobody can basically read it without our like nobody can read it except to whom we are sending it. Okay, Lian?
Okay, sir.
That's great. And how does the working of the how does the protocol work? This is very important, Lian. Super important. Write down the working of HTTP protocol. Simple, straightforward question. Okay. So how does it work basically? When the client open the web browser, okay, HTTP protocol connects to the server. Okay, HTTP protocol basically connects to a web browser first. Then you basically send a request to the server. Okay, and it will find out that whether the information is available or not. If it's available, it will display the all the content that is related to that message that you have sent or the query that you have made. Got it, Lian?
Okay, sir. Yes.
After that, the server respond to a client and user can see all the pages on the screen. That's what I've said. So these are the only three steps. First, you will connect to the web browser. Then you will send a message to the server, and server will send you a message and showing all the data that is present on the internet related to that. Chikalian,
Okay, sir. Okay.
any doubt?
No, sir.
That's great. Now let's talk about the web browser. So Lian, I've seen this thing that you have made a mistake in the web browser question, and that's not acceptable because it's very simple, bacha. Okay?
Yes, sir. Yes.
Okay, just give me a second. Okay. So basically, we have two types of web browser. Is basically a kind of application that helps to basically access the websites. Okay. So it helps
Okay.
to basically access the website to display the web pages. We can use and it can also basically show the audio, video. Suppose that, and if I'm basically using internet and if I'm on the YouTube, so basically web browser is required to basically access the YouTube. Without web browser, you cannot access the YouTube. Yes or
You
no?
can't. Yes.
Okay. That means a web browser helps to basically display all the content related to the query that we have made. It could be audio, video, text, anything. Okay.
Okay,
So
sir.
Lian, we have two types of browser. First one is your text browser. Second one is your graphical browser. Text browser means they can only show the text, and the only browser of this category is your links browser. Okay.
Okay,
And
sir.
I think this is the question that you have left in the previous test. What is browser? I think
Yeah.
this is the same question that you were asking in the last class, if I'm not wrong.
Yes, sir.
Okay. And after that, we have graphical browser just like Chrome, Firefox, Edge. These are the browser that can display all the content like graphical information, text information, okay, audio, video, animation. Yes or no, Lian?
Yes, sir.
Any doubt?
No, sir.
Okay, next is your HTML basically. HTML is basically the skeleton of the web pages as we have studied as HTML right just after this chapter. Okay, Lian. So HTML is basically kind of language that basically helps to create the web pages according to our needs. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Next is Lian, we have website address. So website address is required to basically if you want to access any website, there should be an address where it is hosted. Lian, if I want to come over your place, right? So I need the address so that I can find your home. Without address, I
Yes.
cannot find your home. So similarly, if there is a website, that means there should be an address for that specific website. ठीक है लियान?
Yes, sir.
Any doubt so far to you, Bacha?
So can you again explain the what does URL mean again?
I've not discussed. Acha, URL basically. URL is
Yeah,
that
just
link.
recent.
URL, yeah, URL is that link basically which you will type it in the web browser. That link will take you to that address. Basically, kind of specific address.
Okay, sir.
Got it?
Okay, sir.
Any doubt?
No, sir, no.
Sure, that's great. Now that is web client. So web client is basically the application that helps to communicate with the server. And web client example is the browser. Web client means this is the application that helps to basically connect with the server. That is your internet. This is where the information is being stored. Yes or no, Lian?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And if we talk about the web pages, so dynamic web page means the web pages which have multiple informations like content like animation or basically or you can say animation, audio, video like that. Okay.
Okay, sir.
And dynamic web pages are produced by the component that run in the web, and whereas the web browser basically deliver the web pages retrieved from the server. Okay.
Okay, sir. Yes.
Yeah. So with this, our topic of this chapter, all the topics that is there in this chapter are completed. Okay. So now
Yes,
let's
sir.
discuss the next. I think yeah. So let's discuss. Just a second. Let me just stop sharing it. Let's discuss the HTML portion. Okay, Lian, now let's talk about the HTML. Okay, so HTML first of all is a kind of language that helps to basically make the web pages of the websites. Okay, it gives the skeleton
Yes,
to the
sir.
website. Okay, Lian. So an HTML is a file that basically web browser understand that whatever it is written is basically kind of document that web browser understand. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Okay, next is basically so HTML, like we need dot HTML thing to basically save it as a file, yes or no, Lian? And the HTML is basically founded or basically created by the same person who was responsible for the, you can say the person, Tim Berners-Lee. Not a, just a second. Who basically make the standardized kind of thing at MIT, USA. I just forgot the name of that person. Like,
That
just
worldwide web.
yes. You're right. You're right. That person. Okay. Tim Berners-Lee in
Yes.
1991. Okay. Because obviously there needs to be something so that we can access the internet. That is your Tim like HTML. Okay. So now if you want
Yes.
to discuss about the components of HTML and Lian, so first is your tag. Tag is a kind of keyword that a browser understand that whatever is being written inside that thing to basically will be treated as a web content, web document. Okay. So HTML contain
Okay, sir.
plain text document, but with the tags, that is with this thing. Okay. Like this
Yes,
HTML.
sir.
So it means that the document has started, like whatever being written inside the HTML will be treated as a web document. Did you get my words, Lian?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So HTML tags normally comes in pairs. Obviously, Lian, I've told you that the HTML tags come in pair. That means this is your opening tag. This is your closing tag. Okay.
Yes, sir.
And we have two types of tag, Lian. First of all is container tag. Second one is your empty tag. Container tag means it has start and end tag, that is called container tag. The examples are body, HTML. Okay, these are the tags that we have.
Yes, sir.
Next is empty tag, Lian. The tags which do not have the closing tag is called empty tags. Only opening tags are there and there is no closing tag like the body tag. The examples would be HR horizontal row and the break tag. Okay?
Okay, sir.
In doubt so far, Lian?
No, sir.
That's great. First of all, the next thing comes into the scenario is, Lian, attributes. Attributes means basically they are kind of a thing that helps to manipulate the web page, the HTML. We can add different things into the HTML code. Like extra information can be added with the help of attributes. Like suppose that I have a mobile, and so in mobile, multiple operations, multiple functions are there, multiple features are there, like taking screenshots, screen recording, capturing pictures, video recording, audio recording. Like these are multiple features,
Yes.
right? Similar to that, if we have to basically create a website, we need attributes that can help to manipulate and add the extra information into it. Okay?
Yes, sir.
That's right. So first thing is basically your, okay, first type of okay, just a second. Yeah. Yeah. So example could be, see this thing in the body tag, we have added background attribute to add the image on in the web page. Okay?
Yes, sir.
Okay, and that's it.
Okay,
Next
sir.
is your, okay, now let's talk about the how does the structure of the HTML code look like. First is your HTML. That means that this thing tells the web browser that yes, now the HTML, the web page has started. And inside head tag, Lian, head tag means the heading of the website will be given to you like this inside the head tag. And the title means whatever the page of the title is. Suppose that it could be anything. It's up to your website name. Okay?
Yes, sir.
Okay, that's great. Next is, Lian, body tag. Body tag basically whatever the content is there of the web page. It could be uh, audio, video, image, text. It could be anything. Okay?
Yes, sir.
And this the closing tag tells that now the portion of the web page is completed. So after that, whatever it is written, it will not be treated as a document or as a part of website. Okay, Lian?
Okay, sir.
That's great. Okay. So please, this is very important, Lian. Okay. Now, how do we basically start the HTML programming? First of all, we'll go to the accessories, that is your notepad. And after that, we'll basically write down the code of HTML, save this thing file as .html extension. Okay. And after
Okay.
that, we'll save it. And when we'll open it with the help of the browser, this will look like.
Okay.
Good. Any doubt, Lian?
No, sir.
Okay, now let's talk about the body tag. So as I've told you that body tag basically defines the content, whatever inside the web page is, whatever is it shown on the web page, that is your body of the web page. And that is basically made with the help of body tag. Okay.
Okay.
So okay. Now we have the attributes of the body tag. First one is background. So we use background attribute to apply any picture on the web page. Okay, Lian?
Okay, sir.
That's great. Next is your, okay, this is the syntax. Syntax means this is how you can add the image like this. Okay. So body, inside the body tag, you have to write down background is equals to the name of the image with the double quotations and close it.
Sir, sorry, but what is JPG means?
JPG is the extension of the image, Lian. PNG, JPG, like that.
Ah, okay, okay.
Yeah, that's it. Next is your BG color. BG color means short form. It's a BG means background color. So this attribute is used to change the color of the background of the web page. Okay, you have seen that multiple web page color like different. Like it's not
Yeah, yeah.
like white, simple. Like they are attractive colors, right? So you have to write down body and then add bg color is equals to the name of the color. Like obviously it's not possible to remember these things. So you
Yeah.
just write down the name of the color, whatever is in your mind, and just close the tag. And after
Yeah.
that, this is
Okay.
the closing tab of the body. Okay.
Body. Yeah.
Next is your text. So what is text basically? So we can basically use this attribute to change the color of the text. Okay. So a whole text web page, text of the web page is changed to the same color that you are going to apply. Okay. So body, and if you write it text, and inside after that you have to write down the name of the color, and that page will be shown in that color. That specific text will
Yes,
be
sir.
shown in that color. After that, we have left margin. Left margin means if your your data, your content will be on the left page of the website. It is by default, Lian. Okay, left margin would be by default. If you want to make extra margin, you can just write down the number so
Yeah.
that this amount of blank would be used. Okay, and there would be a kind of separation. Just see this thing. It's a margin. So margin is basically to differentiate, basically make some gap. Yes or no, Lian? Got it?
Yes, sir.
That's great. Next is your top margin. Top margin means, suppose, obviously, Lian, see this thing in this book as well. Suppose it's basically a website. In this book, there is some margin from the top as well. So the margin from the top of the page is called top margin. Okay. So that's how you can write it. Next is your link. So basically, Lian, we have link thing, link attribute as well that is used to set the color of the link. Lian, when you basically go to any website, the link of the color is shown in terms of blue.
Yeah, sir.
By default it's blue, right? You
Yeah.
can basically change it on your own as well if you want to use any different color. Okay, so you can use it as like blue color, red color, green color, it's up to you. Okay, so you just have to write down body in link attribute equals to the color of name of the color. Got it, Lian?
Okay, sir.
Any doubt so far, do you, Bacha?
Just can I just read through again?
Ha, sure.
Just a quick wait, sorry.
Ha, sure.
Okay, sir.
Okay, now let's talk about the V link. So V link means the V stands for the visited link. That means, Lian, when you click on a specific link, that link color would be changed. And if we can also use this, we can also change this property. Okay,
Okay.
so if we want to use it, we have to use the V link attribute to change and just write down the color of the link. That means when you will click on that, the link color will be changed to the color that you have set over here in the V link attribute. Okay.
Okay.
Now, if you talk about a link means that, Lian, when you will click on that link, for a moment, the color would be changed, whatever it is being set over here. And after that, it will come back to the original color, whatever you have set, okay, initially. So by default, it's blue color. Okay, suppose if you want to change it to red for a moment. So when you will click on that link, the color would change to red. And when you will basically open that same website in the next different tab, you will find out that the same color, the blue color would be shown. That means you have not visited like that.
Yeah.
Okay. So you can just write down a link and body inside the body, and just it would be the same color, whatever you want to use it. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Okay, now let's talk about the thing, Lian, heading tag. Heading tags are important. So we have the like heading tag means that gives the idea that that size of the text that is using. So heading tag, there are 6 types of tags basically. H1 is the biggest one. That means that the biggest font. H1, H6 is basically the least. That means smallest font. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Now let's talk it about. So attributes of the heading tag is basically align. That means if you want to align the text on the left, okay, on the left, on the right, whatever it is, you just
Yeah.
have to use the H1, and this is the heading tag. That means if you are using any other different heading, you can just use it H2 or H1, H3, it's up to you. Okay.
Yes, sir.
That's great. And you will just write down align, and whatever the side you have to align it, you can just use left or right. So by default it's left. You don't have to specifically mention it, but if you want to make it in center or on the right, so you can just use the right or center. If you do not use any align key attribute over here, the basically the web browser will automatically align it towards the left. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now let's talk about the horizontal tag. Horizontal tag means it adds the straight line. Okay.
Okay.
Just a second. So it's basically adds the horizontal line in the web page. Okay, it is used to separate the content. Okay, so obviously, Lian, suppose that there are two things written over here, and if you want to basically make the separation between them, so you can use the horizontal line to make a separation between them. Okay, so there are multiple
Yes.
attributes of the horizontal line as well, Lian. First one is align. That means the line will be centered. Okay, if you basically center align means the position. If you use center, it would be center. So by default, the line is drawn at the center by the browser. Okay, at the
Yeah.
center. If you do not write it specifically, the browser will automatically align in the center. But if you want to align it in left, right, okay, so it's up to you. So you can use these things as well. Next one is no shade. So it's basically does not cast any shade. So it's not that much.
Sir, sorry, but what does that exactly mean? Like no shade,
It's
like
basically remove the shading effect, Leanne. So basically, most of the browser display a kind of shade. Suppose that this is a line, but there's a kind of
huh?
shadow over there. This
Okay.
no shade removes that specific shading effect.
Okay, sir.
Okay, that's what the shading is. Did you get my words?
Yes, sir.
Next is your size. So if you want to change the size of the line, you can use it either size equals to size equals to 10. That is in
Yes.
pixel. Okay, if you want to write down the basically draw the line in terms of percentage, it would be 10%.
10%.
Did you get my words, Lian?
Yes, sir.
Width means how broad it would be. So you can use width attribute and write down the number of it. And if you also you can use the percentage of it. Got it, Lian?
Yes, sir.
And we can also change the color of the line with the color attribute, that is red in color or blue in color, whatever you want to add it. So by default, it would be black. The line would be black in by default. Okay, in
Okay.
default.
Default.
That's
Yeah.
great. Yeah. Okay, that's how it looks like. Next thing is basically break tag. So basically insert a single line break. So obviously, Lian, if you want to write down something in the next line, you have to use this break tag because the web browser does not understand the enter button indentation. Okay?
Yes, sir.
So you have to basically use the break tag. Okay, now let's talk about the last thing, that is comment in HTML. What do you mean by comment? That is a piece of basically kind of comment. This is a piece of text that is used to basically to understand whatever we have written. Because right now, Lian, after 2-3 days, you will not be able to understand what you have written. So that's why we use
Yeah.
comment, or somebody wants to basically review the code. Because obviously, Lian, like in the companies, there's a lot of millions of lines of code. So obviously, it's not a one person thing, right? There are
Yeah.
multiple person, so that's why we use commenting practice so that anyone can understand our code whatever we have written over there.
Okay,
And
sir.
this commenting is not shown by the browser when you basically process the web page.